What's up, all you mentees? The Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, and today I'm going to do an overview of the Skyward Hardcover from Image Comics. So, let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. So here it is, the Skyward Hardcover, and this is the oversized hardcover. I'll do a size comparison here in a second. Now, you've seen the amazing Amanda and I review the book a couple of years ago. We loved it. We loved the first trade paperback, and then I loved the series so much that I added it to my Hidden Gems segment. So here it is, all of 15 issues collected in this oversized hardcover. Here's what the spine looks like, and then the back of the book. Now we're going to be talking a little bit about it, not really giving much of a spoiler because I have to set up this world and why I love it. But really quick, let's do a quick size comparison. So here it is compared to the size of a Marvel oversized hardcover. They're the exact same height and the exact same length. And then to the size of a trade paperback. And speaking of trade paperback, this was previously collected in a series of 3 trades. These 3 right here make up this book. There we go. So all 3 of these trades make up this book, but we'll talk about what's been left out and what they added in this oversized hardcover. But let's go ahead and get this opened, and you can probably tell there is no dust jacket, it's just art on the board. Here is what the bookend pages look like. Skyward. And there's all your creators. There's an introduction here from Kelly Thompson, who is currently writing Captain Marvel, and who is a phenomenal writer on her own. So here we kick it off with Chapter 1. So let me give you just a quick premise. So it all starts with Nathan and Lily Fowler. They live in a house. They have a baby named Willa. And one day, Nathan accidentally knocks off his coffee cup. And he's like, wait a minute, that didn't fall down all the way. What's happening? And then he says, it's happening. I knew it. No one would believe me. So what exactly is he talking about? Well, I can let you find out for yourself how much he knows. But the entire world lost gravity. So this is known as G-Day. So people just started falling up, which is a freaking fear of mine. That's why I hate flying kites. See? You didn't expect to know that about the Uncanny Omar, but there you go. Not a fan of hot air balloons. Not a fan of kites. Doesn't make any sense to me. Things shouldn't fall up. Anyway, that's what happens. People, animals, oh man, inanimate objects, everything falls out of gravity and falls up. People have to hold on to something. So Nathan ends up losing his wife during this day because he has to make a decision. He has to either help his wife or see what's going on with the baby because the baby's crying out. And there she is. And he realizes that the baby was fine, but he ended up losing his wife. And that's what the setup is. And then we get 20 years later where Willa, the baby, is now a grown woman. And the entire world has changed. People are getting by with zip ties. People are getting... there's new technology that's been created where people can magnetize themselves on. They can propel themselves. She propels herself with a gun, which is a really cool... like a really interesting use of weapons later on. People get creative, and science gets creative. Now, remember when I said Nathan Fowler knew this was going to happen? Well, there's another guy that he was working with at the lab, and his name is Roger Burrow, and he also knew something was going to happen, but he thought ahead of time to cash in on this, so he started creating technology. So all the technology we've seen so far, most of it is created by Roger Burrow, and including these magnetized shoes that people can walk around and pretend like nothing's happened in this world. And that's the world we live in, and it's amazing. I love it because it's so creative. Now, that's just the very beginning. The whole plot is her dad apparently knows how to fix it, and he knows a bunch of secrets, so she goes on a quest. And the quest, of course, involves giant bugs, people with swords. This is what storms look like. It's beautiful, it's crazy, it's dangerous. What happened to the oceans? And yes, I said giant bugs because gravity... 20 years later, has caused some side effects with nature. And there are people turning on each other, and she doesn't know who to trust exactly. Now, she's not alone in this crusade to save the world. She's joined by a couple of people, one of them being her best friend, maybe not her love interest, Edison. And he likes the world the way it is. He doesn't want it fixed. He doesn't want it going back to the way it was, for obvious reasons. And that is a really interesting look at this new world that she doesn't even think about. So that's pretty much it. I'm just showcasing the beautiful artwork by Lee Garbett. So let's talk about the creators on the book. Lee Garbett doing the artwork, and I mean all of the artwork with the exception of the colors. So he's also doing the covers, the inks for each issue, and he's joined by Antonio Fabela, who does the colors. And the writer on the book is Joe Henderson. Now, I've never read anything by Joe Henderson. Now, Lee Garbett, I've read his Captain Marvel stuff, and I've read the Agent of Asgard, Loki series. I really enjoy his artwork. Has a very Stuart Eminem feel to it, Pepe Larraz kind of look to it, but with the colors, it's just absolutely stunning. Now, Joe Henderson, I've never read anything by him, but apparently he's the showrunner on Lucifer. So, but this might have been his first comic. Now, let's look in the back here for some extras, or as they like to call the supplementals. So we have an interview here. It's the CBR interview. We have some pinups. We have Jock's variant cover. Actually, that's the original cover he wanted to do, and then he decided to change it. And we have uncolored covers here. One thing that this book has that the 3 trade paperbacks don't is they added an epilogue. It's a couple of pages, but it shows what happens after the ending, the original ending. Here's some of the script with the artwork, and you can read it yourself because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. And then another uncolored picture right here. And then from Team Skyward, same people that brought this, they're doing another book called Shadecraft, and I think this comes out in trade paperback format at least in August. So everything in these 3 trade paperbacks is collected in this oversized hardcover, with the exception of a couple of things here in the back of Volume 3, which is the goodbye letter from Joe Henderson, talking about saying goodbye to his characters is like saying goodbye to his own daughter, and then the script and art from issue number 15. So, but everything else is in here, including the new epilogue. Paper quality of the book is this thick, glossy paper. And let's look at the binding really quick. It is sewn binding, and there's that eye. So, it lays over really well. There is a little bit of a gutter loss, but not very much. But that, as they say, is that. If you're interested in purchasing this book, don't forget to check out our sponsor, cheapgraphicnovels.com, your online source for collected editions up to 50% off retail price. Cheap Graphic Novels prides itself on excellent packaging, so your stuff gets to you in excellent condition, and they have amazing customer service. Check out their bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. And for all you Minties that are watching, if you're a first-time customer, don't forget to mention that Near Mint Condition sent you their way for a promotional credit on free shipping on your next order. Now, this is only for U.S. customers. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your source for the hottest books with deep discounts, customer service, and excellent shipping that will keep you coming back for more. And that was the content and page count of this oversized hardcover. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read this, if you've never read Skyward, and you're going to pick up the hardcover because that's the way you collect your comics in collected edition format. So I would love to know all those comments down below. If you have any more questions, please also ask them down below. Don't forget to check out our spread shop and our Patreon. Amazing ways to support the channel. That information and links are all in the description of the video. More importantly, all of you stay healthy, stay safe, and much love.